Chapter 3, The Fury.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
Welcome, gentle viewers, to another episode of Slay the Princess. We just entered Chapter 3 and I have no idea what's happening. It's terrifying. Let's go. Continue forward. Continued
I
sobbing.
think he's upset. What's he got to be upset about? We
the
just
broken.
killed a god.
So the broken is crying. We just killed a god, apparently, not just a princess. And we have the voice of the stubborn now. And there's quite the cool music.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was. And ever will be.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed.
You're being too generous. He did get us killed.
Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it? Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
I don't know if I believe him. It feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You'd better all listen to me when the time comes to make a choice. We have the narrator, the voice of the broken, the voice of the hero, and now the voice of the stubborn.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got a say in things.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly. It didn't even work.
It doesn't count.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Good. Sounds like stubborn and hero are on the same page. No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through.
Good, we're all on the same page.
What is it? What is happening? Why is the ground so gross?
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her.
I'm not looking forward to seeing what she looks like.
That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high-arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible. You did this. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's that mirror again, and this time it's blocking the door.
A mirror? There is no mirror. There's the pedestal, the blade sitting on the pedestal, and the door to the basement.
Okay, so the narrator sees everything in this world. In the last cycle, I kind of assumed that he didn't, but yeah, he's describing everything that we're seeing. The only thing he doesn't see is the mirror itself that we've seen twice now.
Just tell us where the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting, and if you want us to kill her so bad, I'm sure you feel the same. No more messing around.
I wonder if my choices are giving me different personalities. Like, because we fought so vigilantly in the last life, now we have this stubborn with us.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost him, that we're succumbing to madness, that something in us is broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Wipe the mirror clean. I want to see what we look
You
like.
reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised?
Oh, I didn't take the knife.
Into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat.
I don't want to.
See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. And we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
She was going to end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important.
I believe it. Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
She looks so cool.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Her crown thing is like more horns or something.
Let her.
Oh, she has horns.
It's the punishment you all deserve
See that?
for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before.
Oh, why didn't I take the knife?
This time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us. We don't even have a weapon. It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming.
Given up on destroying the world, have we?
The world hasn't wronged me the way you have. Maybe I'll get around to it eventually, though. Once I've had my fill of you.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a
Her heart?
horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
What? Oh my god.
No, that's not stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
This is so graphic.
We're not out for the count just yet. But we didn't even bring a weapon.
Hey, look, the feathers. I'm totally right. That's why she called us Little Bird.
Yes, because we knew it was over.
No weapon this time? It's almost as if you were planning on dying here. As if I'd grant you such a mercy. No, we're going to make this last forever. Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules. The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells, and each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes, I think. Then two are peeled away. Then this is nothing. Nothing! 8, 16, 32, 64.
Whatever is happening to us, it's happening faster.
Exponentially.
128. 256. 512.
To the power of 2.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1024. 2048. 4096. 8192.
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384. 32,768. 65,536. You can't just count us into oblivion. 131,000.
That's exactly what he's doing.
262,144. 524,288. What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher? Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000, 4,192,000, 8,384,000. I don't like this waiting for something to happen, but it's taking so long. 16,768,000, 33,536,000, 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Are you still there? Are you
Oh, look at her
still
face.
you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
268
Ah,
million.
what's happening to her?
We don't need
It's like
to
she's
count
being
it.
unwound anymore.
Your
Or she's
lungs
getting
fill with
unwound.
liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you. Doesn't matter, because we're still alive. You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop.
Oh no, the
Please
hero.
Make it stop. You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing.
You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes. The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Oh my god. Eyeballs. Liver or something? Or yeah, liver. Or lungs maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. This is horrible. Tendons.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No. Yes. You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4. 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes. 16. 32. 64. No. And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place.
As soon as the stubborn voice gave up.
You are whole again, and in your body, the same body you arrived in. The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will, but it means nothing. I am forever a piece unfinished, a song with no refrain.
Wow, so many options, but nothing I can choose except there's nothing for you to say.
We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again.
Again?
But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing, too. Threads, strands
Wow.
of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this. Do you hear me? You have to stop this, or the entire world ends.
But there is nothing left to stop anything. Your consciousness drifts towards her.
Yes. Yes. See me as I have had to see you.
You do. You see a towering heart, wounded and alone. One that is familiar to you, if distant. Ah, look at the bones left of the hands.
No, this isn't right. I feel cold.
The tethers that attempted to form between you have snapped. Your union has been halted. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. It's kind of like the narrator and our voices are all gone. Approach the mirror. Silence as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. It's you! You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. What the hell? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
This is reminding me of like the depictions of angels in the Bible. Wow, so many options. We can attack the entity or destroy your body. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Good point. Do you know the narrator? What a weird question, but sure.
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
What is the gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart.
Is she talking about the princess?
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar. but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
I know you're not the princess, but I'm gonna ask anyways.
She is part of me.
Oh, okay.
And part of me is her.
Say nothing. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
More perspectives. So I'm guessing like more resets and like going through what's happening over and over again will give us more perspectives, or bring this entity more perspectives, and they will become whole and they will know freedom. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? Why would I say this? I don't know what's happening. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
That was a non-answer if I ever heard one. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
But that's what the princess wanted to do as well. To remake. You're being semantic. What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh my god, that startled me. Everything goes dark and you die. Jeez. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Oh, we reset.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard. Okay, I was actually thinking about this because, like, I won't be able to remember every single dialogue that we've heard. So let's test it just to see. I might not, like, always want to skip over dialogue that I've heard before. Has all my dialogue options also been reset? This kind of looks a little different. I don't remember this being an option, but maybe it was. The suite I've always wanted to offer Monarch, Viva La Revolution. What happens if I turn around and leave?
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yeah, I pressed tab and this was, I think, new dialogue options. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
We've been tricked. Okay, I know where this is going, so okay, I'm going to the cabin. Yeesh.
That's great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to Princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Fortunately, she's only a princess, whereas you are a valiant and talented warrior. It'll be easy, so long as you stay focused. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I think I want to try to kill her right away. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'll be... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a stair...
Just checking in on you?
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Let's do it. Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
I'm wise to your tricks, princess.
She's unarmed.
God.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it?
Weird.
She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Of course not. That was too easy if we think about what happened last time.
It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Let's try removing the blade.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt. But as you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side. What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Where'd she get a blade?
As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess we're even now. See you around.
This is the second time we've both died.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Razor. That's not the same name of Chapter 2 as last time.
You're on
last
a
time it
path
was
in the woods, and at the end of that
the tower.
path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
This is a good stopping point. Boy, that was a nightmare's experience. I'm really excited to keep going. This is very interesting. Like right away, I feel like there's a huge amount of choice that I can make, and different, like branching paths. So it'll be fun to try to sort of experience everything the game has to offer and figure out how to do that. All right, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.